Well, alright, I believe 9 minutes is more than enough for everyone to gather. So, hi everyone who's watching. Even though I'm not exactly sure where that metric is shown here, being new to this whole stream and stuff. But anyway, even like if there is no live audience whatsoever, I'm still gonna take this opportunity and tell you about the new challenge that I came up with. So I hope you've seen the teaser that I posted yesterday at night. And you know everything about the Legacy and Build a City challenge thing. Let me know if you can hear me, because maybe I am speaking here to the void. And just in general, how your evening, day, morning going. And in the meantime, let me switch to the desktop view so that you can see not only my green screen behind myself, but also the main menu that we have in The Sims. So, to quickly go what I'm going to show you today, we have Twin Queen, which is the new HUD that I've created specifically for this challenge. And so we'll take a look at it. So at all the buildings and the things that I created there, as well as go over the basic rules that I came up for the Legacy Build a City challenge. And then by the end, there is still one thing that is left to do, which is building the main HUD. Basically, the Destiny lot for the Legacy challenge. You know, without any further ado, let's actually load Twin Queen so that I have some interesting footage to talk over. And yeah, the name here, Twin Queen, just silly enough for me to use, and you'll see in a moment why. Because, oh, apologies for the lag. Sometimes when I'm loading the HUD, it lags for an unknown reason. Yeah, so this is Twin Queen. This particular HUD was not created by me, like using SimCity. I actually downloaded from MTS, and I don't remember like the name of the download there. Oh, hey there, Alex Hart. How are you doing? That's cool, yeah. Nice to hear that everything's going well. So I've downloaded it from Mod Sims because I just thought it looked perfect. Because of the dual theme that we have going on here. So we have one mountain here to the right and another one here to the left. That's gonna be important when I go to the theme and the overall plot idea that I have for this HUD. And that actually defines the whole title for the HUD, which is Twin Queen. I believe that grammatically correct it would be Twin Queens, probably. Like, you know, referencing the two mountain crowns that we have here. So it could be like Twin Crowns, maybe. But I believe that Queen is much better fitting because the main character that we're gonna have are actually two female characters. Two twin sisters, because in The Sims 2, having two twin sisters is kind of like a cliche. Or I would prefer to call it an archetype. So that's what we're gonna have later. And yeah, let's quickly go over each and every element that I've created. As you can see, the whole HUD is kind of divided in half. So we have the left bank here, which is kind of, you know, and let me, you know, disable the reshade setting because that causes some lag. So the left bank here is kind of mellow. So we have the, what are these? Oak trees with nice round leaves. And the overall shape is more soft and, well, yeah, basically it is more soft. And to the right, we have the opposite, which is the pointy pine trees, as well as the mountain itself is way rockier than the one that we have to the opposite side. And that's gonna be like the whole theme for the for this challenge. So we have like the dual thing going on. We'll have two legacy starters, so two sisters with very much opposite characteristics, with very much opposite characters, and we'll see how they do in building their own dynasty. I also put a couple of decorations because unlike with my Build a City challenge, I want here to be more lenient when it comes to decoration and, you know, make it look prettier sooner than I usually do with my other challenges. Like, it's gonna be less tied to the rules itself. So I have already put a couple of things, like a working lighthouse here, along with what do you call it? Like a broken ship, which has probably not seen the lighthouse, or maybe it was like the ship has gotten broken here, and then after that they decided to put a lighthouse, you know, to warn everyone else. Then to the most built here area is like the main square with the this neighborhood deco church and a cemetery attached to it. So yeah, I have put a couple of lots beforehand, so I've created those in the background. And we're gonna take a look at each and every one today. But so far, let's keep looking at the general layout. So this is gonna be like the central part of the town that used to be lively and, you know, very much alive, but it has been abandoned for quite some time, which can be seen by these houses to the left. So they have been some have been burned down, some are just shut. And so the idea is that some time ago this was a prosperous, lively community, but then something went wrong. Like people just left it, escaped for a better life, and in the end there was only one sim left, who had 2 daughters, and when that sim, I mean their father, passed away, the 2 daughters had nothing but to inherit the mansion that they had, and come here to try and revive this whole community. So right next to these houses, empty houses that we have here, we have like a farming section here. So far it's just the hood deco that I've placed. Maybe later on we are gonna expand here and create some lots that are gonna show us the actual progress in the hood. But for now, this is what we have. And as for the other part, it is very much empty. So I believe that's gonna be a gradual process. So we'll definitely start with this part of the hood, and later on we will proceed to the other side. The way I imagine this is going to be is sort of quasi-historical, even though I'm not gonna lean too much into the historical accuracy. But we are gonna start somewhere in like mid-19th century or so, and then as we progress, like each and every generation will then progress like the story by a couple of like decades. Oh, hey there, Serendipity. Thanks. And yeah, I believe that maybe like by generation 5 or 6, we're gonna get to, I don't know, the middle of 20th century. And so we're gonna progress from the Victorian theme much quicker. Hey there, hey Kaiser. You know, at this point, until we got to seeing at every particular house, let me pull up my spreadsheet here with the rules, so that we have a better understanding of what this challenge is gonna be about. So as you may guess from the title, it is gonna be a combination of Build a City Challenge and the Legacy Challenge. And so my thinking process for this is I tried to list all the distinctive features that we have for both of them going on, and then to try and pick only the best ones to see like how we can combine them. So in case of Build a City Challenge, that was like that we start with a clear hood. It has a lot of limitations early on. So like in my particular case with my rules, there's like no electricity, no plumbing, no stuff like that that would require some sort of infrastructure, and a lot more features that are very distinct for the Build a City Challenge. No, it's not actually. Give me a moment. I will change the size of the live chat so I can see your message. No, this is not the same. This one was downloaded from mod The Sims, and the one that I have for Serpent's Tail is was created by me in SimCity 4. But this one is a custom one made by, unfortunately, I don't remember by whom, but some other creator on mod The Sims. So then when it comes to Legacy, well, like the main defining feature is that we have one household to play. We usually start with one sim, they start their own dynasty. Sometimes it is combined with challenges like Rags to Riches, which is kind of like a separate way of running the dynasty. And so what we're gonna have here is we're gonna start a dynasty, but at the same time we're gonna build a whole community around this dynasty that we have, because as I mentioned, the twin sisters kind of inherited it, this whole community, and it's their task to bring it to prosperity once again. Unfortunately, so far I haven't created the Sims themselves, because I thought it would be cool to do that beforehand, but I imagine that would require me to create 4 Sims. That would be the father, who's like the last standing person here, then the mother, which passed away, I imagine, like long time ago, maybe when the twin sisters were like children, and then of course the main characters, the twin sisters. Oh, you know what? This may be a good place for me to tell you about the inspiration that I had for this, because with this theme going on, I actually revisit the early idea I had some time ago. So let me pull up a couple of screenshots so that you have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. Because, you know, ever since I've found out about Build a City Challenge, it was very important for me to have like a solid plot tied to the whole challenge. So I always wanted to answer the questions like, why is a new community being built? Who are the people who are building it? Like, what's the main point for them? How is it changing them in terms of their characters? And so, just a moment, let me pull up. Carefree player. Well, that's something that I wanna do with this challenge. So I wanna have some sort of a laid-back gameplay series, because so far I've been leaning too much on the plot, and it's not a bad thing. Like, I take a lot of joy in running Serpent's Tail and making like the parallel machinima, but sometimes it can be pretty difficult to keep up with the regularity of posting videos. So, and with this one, even though I'm still gonna have some sort of story, I'm gonna present it in the form of gameplay only. So that way, I think it'll be much easier to post regularly. And I'm actually thinking of making it a habit of running streams specifically dedicated to challenges like this. Maybe not necessarily a Legacy Build a City challenge, but other ones that I will have in the future. Yeah, so where was I? I wanted to look at the screenshot that I had before, because I have already started a similar idea some time ago, maybe like, well, that may be as long as 10 years ago. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, here it is. So, archive, story, and let's take a look at the screens that I have in here. So I will pull that to the main view so that you can see those two. Yep. Well, let me hide that. So, some time ago, when I was just figuring out how Build a City Challenge worked, and I wanted to really badly to create my own set of rules, I ran a couple of test rounds, and one of them was actually Victorian set. So just like we have with this one, can I have like this? Yeah, so we have a big picture of it. So I had an idea of running a Build a City Challenge with twin sisters who inherited a manor, and they needed to restore it. Why? Well, because they found out that their father died, and that he had left some sort of a will. And when they got to, let me find where that was. So they had a conversation with a lawyer here, who has notified them that in his will, your father told us that you will only inherit the manor only if you bring it to a certain level of prosperity. So only as long as it's as good as it once was, will you be like the owner of it. If it remains in ruins, well, you'll not see it. So like that was kind of my justification for why like these two Sims. So this one I believe was called Lenora, and this one was Elizabeth. Like, why would they want to create a new like community from ground up? Like, what's their motivation for this? But as I started playing this, like it was fun in the beginning because I really liked the Victorian setting too. Like, I really have a soft spot for that. Even though I'm not very much of a historical simmer, I still love the whole like setting and design. So as I was playing with it, when the attention shifted to other families, like it always does with Build a City Challenge. Like by round 3, you have like 2 times the number of Sims. By round 4, you have even more, and kind of your attention gets diluted. And somewhere in the middle, maybe like by round 5, I realized that I lost interest, and that was because we kind of like went away from this story about the two sisters. It was not about them anymore. It was not about the will, and it just kind of got into a real mess. At that point, I was like, yeah, that sucks. I guess I kind of have to redo my whole Build a City challenge at that point. But admittedly, it was not the only issue, because back then my rules were pretty undercooked, so very raw, and it wasn't fun to play. So yeah, I kind of abandoned the Build a City challenge back then, but I always kept this idea of having two sisters running a community. And then recently, somewhere like in December, I was thinking that I need to revive my channel. And what's some of the best ways to do that? I was thinking that I need to post regularly the Let's Play series like I did back when I was actively posting about Serpent's Tail. But Serpent's Tail is currently on hold because I need to finish some of the Machinima episodes that I'm working on. Oh, by the way, really love this scenery here. So let's put it into full screen. And I thought, well, I kind of need a parallel, separate Let's Play series here on the channel. First of all, that it's gonna be a lot more laid back and casual, so that I can really kind of relax while I'm playing, and not feeling like I need to keep up with the story and keep up with the schedule, but really just enjoy myself. Then I was in the middle of totally overhauling my download folder, and like it's brand new, it's got a lot of new stuff, and I kind of need to test it out, because even though I did, and I ran a couple of quick tests, every single time I noticed one issue or the other. So before I can transfer my whole new download folder to Serpent's Tail, I want to make sure that it's absolutely mistake-free, and like that we're not gonna run into any issues, because it's not gonna be as painful, to notice a few bugs here and there when you have like a whole new neighborhood, but it's gonna be a lot more painful when it's Serpent's Tail, where I have already like a couple decades characters, and it's very dear to my heart. So at first I want to make sure that my downloads folder is finalized, because at the moment, yeah, I've got some things to to fix there. Then what? The whole idea itself, I think, is pretty interesting, because with the Build a City challenge, you get that thing that when you play for long enough, it can become somewhat tedious, and you just cannot make all the characters equal. So some households are like your main ones, they have an interesting story, sophisticated background, and like, well, they're your favorites. And then you have some filler characters who are less so, and it can feel like a chore to be playing them just because you need to finish the round. So in this case, with the Legacy Build a City challenge, since we're gonna be playing it as a dynasty, so meaning only one household, we're gonna have other characters kind of like an autonomous. So I believe that story progression mod that was released not so long time ago, or maybe it was a long time ago, I can actually remember, might be a good fit for this. So I will consider using it, though I might prefer having more control over the rest of the Sims. And the way I imagine that that's gonna work, so let me go back to the game here. So this lot, the empty one that we have here in the middle, which is a 3x3, I believe. Let me double check that. I think, yeah, it's a 3x3 lot. So this is gonna be our main dynasty lot here, where our Rose and Lilithorn are gonna be living. Yeah, so we're gonna be like going with the whole flower theme, because like they said in Skyrim, like gem names are good. Gems are good for names, and so are flowers. So that's what we're gonna go for. And I believe that's once we run out of flower names, we're gonna transfer to gems. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun. So maybe if we have someone with black hair, we can name her something like Agatha. Well, something that is gonna reflect her character or physical characteristics. Yeah, thanks, Alex. So yeah, this is gonna be our main lot here that we're gonna be playing as a regular dynasty, and the rest is gonna be filled with non-playable Sims. Like they all gonna be created in CAS. So it would technically be possible to play them, but what I imagine I'll be doing is I will still run the whole hood, what do you call that? well, in rounds. So like I do with my Serpent's Tail, we're gonna have 5 days per season, and once the season is done for the main hood, for the main lot, I will then run like a maintenance round for every other household that we have here in the hood. And what that means is that I will age them up accordingly, so by 5 days, and I will also use this whole bowl of dice that I have to sort of create random events for them. So imagine that we have like aristocrats who are running this whole community, and then we have a peasant living here, another peasant living here, so like, let's say 5 of them. So by running the dice, I will define what happens in their families. So like whether they get some skill points, whether they maybe get injured, or they die, or they get sick, or if they're lucky enough to, I don't know, fall in love and create a family. So all of that, well, part of that is going to be defined by the dice here. And another thing is I want to try and make the game define like most of the plot that we have going on. So while playing the main guys here in the dynasty, we're gonna spend a lot of time on the community lots. And so on those community lots, what happens. And so if some, you know, NPC players, even though they're not NPC but they are non-playable, playable characters, gonna fight, that means they're gonna fight. If they fall in love, if they kiss each other, well, that's what we're gonna go for. But all of that changes are gonna be done when I run the maintenance round after I play the main family. When the maintenance round is done, I come back to playing the dynasty family, running and making all the money. When the other round is finished, I then run another maintenance round, and then we go on like that until we are satisfied with the hood. Like random occurrence scenario, kinda. I believe that the majority of randomness will come from the game itself, because, come on, The Sims 2 is very random when you let it run as it runs. But we'll see. Actually, let me pull up my some of my raw rules that I've tried to put up here. I have tried to create like a list of what we can roll for, and it's just in a very premature state. But still, when I'm running maintenance round, depending on like how the Sims are doing, I will run like probably a d20 to decide whether like the event they're gonna experience is gonna be positive or negative. If it's a negative, I'll have like a whole list of negative events that can happen to them, and then I'm gonna have like a whole list of positive events that can happen to them too. Like it's still a work in progress, so I have not get to the details of that. I think I'll need like to dedicate an hour or two to actually sit and write lists like that. But yeah, it's gonna be sort of like that. So when we have a maintenance round, I will like roll a die and see what I come up with. Hey there, Cosmo. So then let me get back to the game here. As for the goals of this whole challenge, they pretty much aligned with the Build a City challenge, but we're gonna have a couple of differences, because with the Build a City challenge, you have like the whole community to run, and they gather their taxes and they distribute it to their mayor, who is then spending it on some sort of I don't know, either a community upgrade, buying a lot, or maybe unlocking a career. In this case, since we're running like actually playing only one household, well, we're gonna use every possible variant to be earning money. So, well, except maybe some cheesy ones, like, I don't know, digging up some treasures. Like, even though I will be using the interaction, but I have the custom-made ones where the probability of you finding a treasure chest is very rare. I believe it's like 0.2% or something. And yeah, so we are gonna do our best to earn as much money as we can. And actually, unlike the other common rule for Build a City challenge, that once you place a community lot, that means that you can create one like a new sim in Create a Sim. Here with Legacy Build challenge, everything is tied to money. So our gardening family are responsible for like attracting new people to the community, and they do that by, of course, well, paying them out. So I have this whole like idea for let me pull them up. Where is that? Population. Yeah. So we're gonna. Oh wait, maybe ideas. So I have like an idea for 3 tiers of population. So we're gonna have poor Sims, we have middle class, and we have rich Sims. And what that means? What does that mean? The poor Sims cost only 1,000 simoleons to attract. So what that means is that with our household family, we can spend 1,000, and that means we get like a peasant in our community. Hooray! We can then assign the peasant to do like what they can in the hood. But since they are peasants, they have let's check what they like what I have written for them. Yeah, so a peasant means that these are Sims that do not have any higher education. That was means here. They can only have a skill level at 3 maximum. So like they can have maybe like all 2 points in like all of the skills, but that again gonna be decided by rolling a die here. Another thing for peasants is that they do not have any requirements for the like housing that they are gonna live in. So like any shack is gonna do for them. Consider them to be sort of like a lowless bums who don't have much standards. And then for them, I'm gonna roll d12 to decide how much money they come with. So I believe that they will have some sort of savings, but then again, it can be with d12. It's gonna be what? Well, as little as 1 and as much as 12,000 simoleons, which is not enough. Even if you get 12, just imagine like spending 6,000 on a very basic shack, then you're left with 6,000. Well, that really is a poor sim for me. And what that means is when we get to community upgrades, so we can like install all of these lots. You know what? Let me hide some of them so that it's not that confusing for you to see. So let's say that this is the list of the community upgrades that we can come up with. So as a governing family, like we want to have some sort of a market in our community, right? Where we can make some money. Then we want to have some sort of a farm, maybe some fishery. And what that means is that we spend some money on building the lot itself, but by itself, it's not producing any like income because no one's working there. So for the market to start bringing us some money, we need to assign some sort of a sim here. And so we're thinking of an upgrade, but it means that I need to first build a lot and then attract some new sim that will be working there as a peasant. And well, here in the spreadsheet, I will mark that as they are working as in the market there. The sim goes for the tomato farm, for instance. If I want it to be active and to earn some money for the community, I need a sim working there, or a couple of them. Yeah, that actually brings us to the tax system. Yeah, so we can talk about a little about that. So when it comes to taxes, with Build a City challenge, like you are thinking about the household that you're currently playing. Like your main task is to, in the end, pay to the mayor. But in this challenge, the mayor is you, like it's the only playable family. And so that means that like we do not have a reliable regular payment that comes in terms of taxes. But we can do something for us to gain a lot of money in the long term. So the way I imagine this is gonna work is like once I place a business lot, like a market or a tomato farm, I assume that it can bring us 10% of its value. So if, I don't know, let's say that market here costs, we spent like 1,000 simoleons. So we can get 100 each round in return. So this may sound like a bad deal when you start off. So you spend 1,000 and then you get only 10th of that after that, which is not enough. But when you think in the long run, so by round 10 we're gonna be gaining like only the profit of it. So it's gonna cover all the money that we spend here, and it should start bringing only like the positive income. But this the amount of money that I can kind of invest in a business will be dependent on how many sims are working there. So with one peasant, we can only put as much as 1,000 simoleons in this business. If I want to put 2,000 simoleons, I need to have another peasant. And so we have this kind of never-ending cycle that in order to gain more money in the long term, you have to attract more citizens, and more citizens need some other business lots to be working at. And well, I imagine it's gonna be like a pretty interesting game for us to decide where we want to put each and every new sim. And then again, remember that while we run the maintenance round, a lot of random events can happen. So new peasants are gonna be born the natural way. Some existing peasants will die out, so we're gonna have to attract new ones. So I imagine we're gonna be on tips of our toes to try and make ends meet, but it's gonna be very refreshing in terms of running this single governing household. Then coming back to the 3 tiers. So the poor sims are just the easiest one to attract. Then when it comes to middle class, those are sims with some skills. So they're gonna be much more useful in terms of what they can do in the community, but they cost more to attract. So it's 5 times as a poor sim. And they will have some standards to where they can live. So we're gonna have some motivation to build some pretty houses with some specific standards. So they would not be able to live in a shack like poor sims. And then on top of that, after the middle class, we have the rich sims, which is again costs 5 times as much. So to attract a rich sim, like another aristocrat, you're gonna have to spend 25,000 simoleons. But these are like the top tier citizens here. And so the thing is with community upgrades that depending on who you assign to the slot, you will be able to get the corresponding 10% of it. So if we attract someone who is an aristocrat, we'll be able to get as much as 2,500 from a single lot. But yeah, I think I'm getting too much into details of the rules. It's gonna make much more sense once we start playing the actual game. For now, it can sound pretty confusing, and it sort of is, even for me, because I haven't really thought this out very carefully. I just have a rough idea of how this is gonna work, and I have play tested this a bit, and it does play quite fun. Though it requires some creativity as to how we can gather the initial amount of money by the dynasty population. Yeah, so the 10th generation, I believe, is the default goal for the legacy. Well, I mean, at least like usually that's the rule that you have. In this case, we don't have that because I imagine that the main goal is gonna be like I have in the Build a City challenge. That means we're gonna need to place every single possible lot. So like 1 market, 1 tomato farm, 1 fish stop, and then all the rest that we have here, like we'll need to have at least 1 hospital, at least 1 school, so all the like municipal establishments. Then another requirement for completing my Build a City challenge is to have all the careers unlocked, and that's gonna take like quite a few generations. I believe it's gonna be more than 10. And then the third and the final step is to fill out all of those positions in all the, like what we have, maybe a dozen or 20 careers with the sims. So we're gonna have like at least 1 sim on position 1, at least 1 sim on position 2. And so by the end, we're supposed to have around maybe 200 sims, 300 sims. At least that's what I'm striving for with my Build a City challenge. And I wanna like copy paste the same goals here for the Legacy challenge. Though I'm not sure how many generations that's gonna take, because it's kind of hard to estimate how fast we're gonna progress. When I started playtesting this, like the first 3 rounds were pretty slow, but then I was pretty new to the Sun and Moon mods, and I did not know like which of the mods are better for making money and which are worse. So that's something that we're gonna have to micromanage too. But yeah, I believe we're gonna have much more than 10 generations. And as I said, this is gonna be somewhat historical. So here with Twin Queen, we are starting, I believe, like in the middle of 19th century, maybe closer to the second part. So like the very end, like 1880s, 1890s. And that means that the 10th generation would probably be like, well, like in the future that we have from now, right? It's maybe 2050. or so. So yeah, if we're gonna run past 10th generation, we're gonna be like long into the future. Maybe even running into some higher tier technology and alien stuff. But again, this is like looking into the future. For now, we're gonna focus on just starting out and running the first initial historical setting here and see where it goes from there. Oh, and by the way, I mentioned that I'm gonna have some random scenarios, or like the events for the non-playable sims. But I'm thinking of making something for the main playable household too. So depending on how well they are doing in the game, from time to time we're gonna run some sort of like a random thing going on. So maybe they can gain a skill, or maybe there is a sim for free that is joining the community, stuff like that. All right. So at this point, actually, I suggest we move on from this HUD view and actually start viewing each and every lot that I've created. And I suggest we start here at the church and the cemetery that I've created. I believe that's gonna be, well, even sounds like a grim beginning to start, but still. The cemetery is one of the lots that I created first, I believe. Because as I mentioned that this settlement has once been prosperous, and it has died out once, like the governor has died too. So this is what we have. So let's see what like the view here is from the lot. Here, right next to the cemetery, we can witness this church building, which is sadly not well, gonna be like a rabbit hole, so we won't be able to enter. Though I may later create an actual lot. I remember seeing like a very awesome custom set for building the decorative churches. So I might do that, but that's gonna come later on. For now, I imagine that this church is abandoned, like everything is here in the community. So like it's in total ruins inside. But what we have outside is a couple of tombstones, and all of these are decorative, so they do not belong to any actual sims, because there are no characters whatsoever in this. So these are just here to kind of signify that once there were a lot of sims living here. And this mausoleum here is gonna be dedicated to our gardening family. So for now it's empty, like we don't have anything here. But once I create the father and his wife, for the twin sister that we're gonna play, I will put those urns in here, so probably on a shelf. So I believe I'm gonna be using, let me see, the buggy booze niches. Yeah, so I'm gonna be probably using this set to incorporate it and make it look like a real mausoleum here. So then, well, nothing much going here for now, because we don't have any playable sims who have died. But as we play, I believe we're gonna be sending all the tombstones here to the lot and make it look a lot more, well, I wanted to say lively, but, well, a lot more deadly, I guess. So yeah, this is the cemetery. Let's move on to the lot that is located right next to it. So the one that is next to it is called, let me see, it's the village well. I imagine this is going to be a very important lot for us, especially in the beginning, because like with my Build a City challenge, we're not gonna have a running water. So to be able to wash themselves and to wash like the dishes and stuff, they will need to come here and bring some water, and I'm gonna have some limitation on that. So kind of like what Stories and Strategy has in her Build a City challenge. But since this used to be like a living community, I imagine that they would have like a working well. So I'm gonna be using this a lot for that. So yeah, primarily the main purpose of this lot is to provide a well. But other than that, we have a couple of edible mushrooms here, as you can see. So if we need to get like a snack or so, we can come here too and get all these mushrooms. And I think I had a couple of bushes that had edible berries. But maybe, no, I am mistaken. This thing I imagine once was like, I don't know, a shade for Sims who have come here. But again, since this is an abandoned community, we have it all in shackles. So this is why it's set with these set of cracks and nooks or something like that. Like, let me find where I have it here. There's like a whole set of holes for the walls. Yeah. Set in any specific country. I guess it's SimCity or SimNation or whatever it is. But as far as like my imagination goes, I'd say it's a mishmash of everything that I know about you know, Victorian era, which is mostly based on just like pop culture. So whatever I can imagine from movies and books is gonna be put in here. So I'm not striving to create like a historically accurate sort of thing, because to be honest, if we were to do that, like the two sisters would not be able to inherit the lot altogether, because back in the 19th century, like females were prohibited from having some sort of what do you call that? Well, like they were not allowed to have land or stuff like that. Especially that was the case in the Russian Empire, as far as I know. So yeah, we're gonna like deviate from that and take a couple of just, you know, game liberties here and there. But yeah, let's imagine that it's the 19th century version of SimNation. Alright, so as for the, well, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna come here a lot. And another thing why I created a couple of community lots right away is that I wanna have a lot of... I wanna spend a lot of time on community lots, because that's gonna be important for the development of the community. Like, because if we're playing on just their like residential lot, the non-playable sims do not interact that much with each other, and so that creates less opportunity for interesting stories. And I believe it's way interesting for us to go somewhere public, so that other sims can interact with each other. So then, next to the village well and next to this river, we have the beach, of course. Because early on, like finding food and having some food points is very important, because I'm running the mod that like makes every fridge have 0 basically as the food points. So when you buy it, it's empty, and so you need to have some sort of like a source of food. So this is what we're gonna have here. And if we check, I have this yeah, fishing spot by Sun and Moon. So yeah, with this challenge, I'm gonna be running with lots and lots of Sun and Moon stuff. In fact, I believe like a couple of few pages here in my collections are dedicated to Sun and Moon. Yeah, I've created some custom icons here to, you know, better see what's all. This was, for instance, the miners set. Then we have the refinery. The fishing set, of course, has the fish in there, because I believe that the default ones come just with the regular S and M sign, which is not very useful when you have like all of them. It can be really hard to make sense of them. Oh, no male heir to the land. Yeah, like there were a couple of very complicated rules. So like if I remember correctly, like a woman needed to have a husband sort of to be like eligible for inheriting stuff or something like that. Like it varied from country to country, but yeah, it was very sad to be living in 19th century. Luckily for our Sims, we don't have all those atrocious laws, and it's gonna be pretty easy for them to start their own community. So yeah, this is gonna be like the main fishing spot. That's why we have them here. I have this rock that's gonna provide some bait. And other than that, I believe I have a couple of edible things too. No? Yeah, well, I once again, I have some mushrooms, so that when we come here to gather some fish, if we get hungry, we can get some snack from under the pine trees and be lucky about that. I believe that I have also put a couple of pea spots from the Pea Anywhere mod, so which are these just, you know, invisible tiles. So they are supposed to be somewhere in here, though I don't remember where exactly, but they are somewhere here, yes. Well, as you can see, all the lots are like very wild looking. So I intentionally did not go for, you know, building like ready lots with walls and stuff, because it's gonna be much more interesting to build them later on. Like for now, I just built the bare necessities that we're gonna need to start off this challenge. And fishing spot is one of the like just must-haves early on. So yeah, that is it for the beach lot. Let's then move on to the other ones that we have. Ooh. So oh, and yeah, I also put these neighborhood decos here to signify that this whole section later on is gonna be dedicated to fishery. So we're gonna have some like fish shop, I imagine, somewhere here, and maybe some cafeteria that's gonna provide, you know, the prepared fish. Like we have like what, bass with squash, catfish, and the trout. But yeah, so then somewhere here in the middle we're gonna have like a park zone. So since this is like the area for our governing family, I imagine that they would have some sort of like, if not private park, then like a community available park zone here. And to the left of it we have all the community lots. So let's quickly go over each and every one of them. So they're pretty basic, but still there's something to look at. And I really like the decorative set that I downloaded for them, and it's these like barred wooden boards. It's called window board. Yeah, let me actually try and find it here in the collections. It's supposed to be somewhere in here, maybe not. Again, as I mentioned, I have overhauled my entire downloads folder. Now I have a lot more mods to choose from, and even though I tried my best to organize them into collections, it's still gonna be pretty hard to find those. Well, they are supposed to be somewhere here. I guess we can look at them from here. So they're supposed to be like in the windows, I believe. Are they here? No, they're not. But anyway, so we have a lot of these boards to signify that they have been barred shut. So inside we have nothing, so it's just like an empty shell. And that is specifically so that the lot doesn't cost much. Because once we have like a new peasant, if they don't roll too high on their die to define how much money they have, so that they are able to afford it. And if they can, I will just move them in here, maybe provide some basic necessities, and they'll just be living here. And during the maintenance round, I will then load each and every household, quickly do all the necessary stuff using some mods, and after that I will just move on. A couple of other details that I put in here is this, what do you call that? A woodshed converter, like this shack, that is used to store some firewood. And we have this wooden splitter here too. So yeah, to signify that this is like a very much rural area, and we're gonna have to cut a lot of trees to build stuff and to warm themselves during winter. So that's lot number one. Let's move to their neighbors. So I tried to create some sort of variety in terms of how the lots look. So this is just like a regular big lot that has been like shut down. Another one, and it's made with entirely with wood. This house too, as far as I can see from the hood view, was built with some bricks. So yeah, that's what we have for it. And we have some trash lying around, as well as some overgrown bushes. But once again, it's been barred shut. And inside we have, again, a bit more trash. And this time we have like a chimney here and the fireplace. So I imagine that someone like a bricklayer would be living here, maybe like a miner. That's why it's made out of brick. So like realistically, this would be like a more fancy house if compared to the one made out of logs. And this one costs, well, around the same amount. But since we have this trash, well, it doesn't cost much. So selling all of this stuff will not give much to whoever's gonna be living here. But still, it's pretty affordable for any peasant who we're gonna create. And yeah, so each and every window has been shut, like that. Then let's move on to this one. That's located right next to it. This time it's a 2-story building. And so far I was very creative in naming them, so just house 1, house 2, house 3. But later on, once we have some sort of structure to the entire community, I think I'll come up with some street names. And I hope that it's gonna be defined by what we have in the game. So maybe we'll have some prominent sim, and we're gonna name a street after them. Something like that. Or maybe something, we're gonna have like an important building on the street, and that's gonna like give the whole like name for the entire street. The quality of the lots, yeah, I think I am, though I'm not exactly sure. So I'm definitely using the launcher by Lazy Duchess. I don't remember what it's called. RPC? CPR? I don't know the acronym for it. So it is supposed to make other lots look a bit prettier. So yeah, I think this is not how it is by default. So like the chimney is very much like a normal quality. But yeah, I'll have to double check about that actually. I think I am, yeah. So yeah, this is the lot. So a double story, and I wanted to try something else, you know, with the widening second story, like they usually do. And like that's a very sneaky way for you to have more space that you do not have to warm during winter, because since it is raised above ground, it is easier to like keep a safe temperature here. And that's what we have. So the very first story here is made out of brick, and we're gonna have here some sort of like production area, maybe like a kitchen with some butchering tables, and at the top we're gonna have like the living area with all the beds and, well, other stuff that's needed for everyone to live. So this one also has a working fireplace, and it costs, well, this is much fancier, but that's probably because of all the walls, because the walls are freaking expensive. So let me see how much each and every one is. So wait, it's 12,400. Yeah, so when you're building a lot of walls, you realize just how fast you run out of money. It's insane. So that's why it costs that much. Oh, and I also tried to make something interesting with the roof here. So I have like a mock floor. So technically this is a 3-story building, which is another reason why it is way more expensive than the other two, because this is a 3rd story to have this sort of interesting barn looking shape to the roof. Yeah, so that is it for the 3rd house. Let's move on, because we still have another lot to build today actually. So I think we gotta speed up a little bit, but luckily we don't have many lots to look at. So the next one is the one I had the most fun building actually, because it's not only because it's the one that was damaged the most, but because I utilized like all these all these holes and cracks a lot. So I imagine that this particular house was burned down. It's probably along with the owner of it, maybe not. Like we don't know about that. But because of that, this is the one that costs like the least number of simoleons. So practically every peasant will be able to afford it. And even if not, well, they're gonna sell some of the decorative pieces here, and it's gonna be a bit easier for them. So yeah, I've tried to use all the dark colors for here to signify that it's like ashes. And all the other walls and like torn down pieces of like roof signify that, well, there has something like there has been like a huge fire here. Yeah, Alex, me too. But they are aligned peacefully somewhere, where? Somewhere there next to the church. I feel more pity to the ones who are gonna move in here and they're gonna have to clean up all this mess. But I believe it's gonna be pretty fun to be building there, because I think that it's gonna be like, as I mentioned in the beginning, we're taking the best from the two challenges, and one of the best aspects of Build a City Challenge is that we have a lot of lots to build. So like we have this variety, we build schools, we build hospitals, we build all sorts of different housings, like apartment lots, separate houses. And when you're playing Legacy Challenge, you're kind of stuck to the only dynasty household that you're playing, and you may not get that much freedom in terms of what you can build. In this case, I believe we're gonna be building all sorts of stuff, because I personally love building. Like I may not be that great of a builder, but I definitely enjoy the process. And so I'm gonna be building everything that is gonna be later on put here in the community. And I think it's gonna be pretty fun to just come up with all those ideas for the peasants and other citizens, maybe rich sims, to put in here. So I believe that each and every one are gonna have some sort of background and stories attached to them, and I'll try my best to make like the houses reflect that. So then, moving on to the last one here, which costs around 5,000 simoleons. So yeah, as you can see, for now I've built only 5 houses, because I think that's gonna be more than enough for like maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 rounds of gameplay with our main family. And then as we progress, I'm gonna be building more like bunk houses, because these like appear to me like a single household houses, but later on I think we're gonna create some community lots. Well, not community, but I mean the residential lots that are meant to store multiple of sims. So in this particular case, I think well, no, this is not gonna be good. This isn't gonna be communal. We're gonna have just one family living here. Anyway, with this one I tried to have some sort of an interesting shape, to the overall layout of the of the walls here, and I'm not sure if I've succeeded here. But yeah, that's what we have. Again, we have the chimney to the backyard. Again, try to separate it with these like wild rocks. And the floors here also made out of like bricks. And one little detail that I like to put is that this overgrown grass that kind of seeps through the logs. I believe that like adds this feeling of the like house being abandoned. Because I mentioned like realistically, as an owner of this house, you would be trimming these grass down, and like you would not have it inside, but this way it makes it feel as if really no one is taking care of the lot. So have I? Oh yeah, this time I have not forgotten to place the roof here. I mean the floor tiles, because I always forget to put those. And then I'm like, when I'm trying to make some cinematic shots, I can see either the ugly white ceiling, or it's the just the regular sky, and just bugs me so much. Gotta always remind myself to put the floor tiles, and then to color the ceiling as well. So yeah, that is the 5th what do you call that, residential lot. Let's now move on to some of the other community lots that I placed, and they may not be visible here in the neighborhood view. So if we take a look, can you guess where those other community lots are? Because I guess it's pretty easy here with the cemetery and village well. They do not blend that much with the rest of the lot. I mean, with the rest of the hood decorations. But the other lots are very sneakily hidden in here. So in fact, we have a whole of 3 community lots here. So let's start with the most prominent one. Because I just, when I was decorating the whole, like forest here, I just thought that it would be pretty fun to be placing, like a flower field. I'm not sure like what those flowers would be, but I put it in here. And then I thought, well, wouldn't it be fun to just place a single proud pine in the middle? Like, to signify that it's, a proud pine that is against all the other pines here in the hood. So that's exactly what I did, and that's what I called it. Let's take a look at what we have inside. So I bet this is gonna be like a very special place here in Twin Queen, and it has always been, because let me show you. So this is like a very, very tiny, cozy little lot, but I imagine that people would come here, you know, to propose to their loved ones. And so like they would come here maybe for a little picnic, they would fire the bonfire, they would chat, spend some good time together, and then like, I don't know, the man would propose to his beloved or something. And then to signify that, they would probably like tie a wooden heart and hang it on the tree. So probably once we get to, you know, some romantic shenanigans going on in the game, we're gonna come to this lot and you know, take a couple of pretty cinematic shots. But other than that, I don't think we have much going on here, you know, other than just bonfire, just some regular flowers. I don't think I have like anything in terms of food that they can take. So the Sims that come here will have to take that in their inventory. How did I place it outside of a road? That's one of the features of the lot adjuster. So, you know, with that you can shrink and expand the lots, but another thing is that you can move the lots by a certain like increment. And that's what I did with this one. I think T-Addict has a great tutorial lot adjuster, like she made a like overview of all of its features, including the one that moves the lot to a specific position. There are a couple of nuances when it comes to it. Like you need to be careful. You need to carefully count the number of like tiles that you need to move the lot. Let me actually show that in the hood view. So the way that I did that is, so we have the main road in here, right? Next to the mansion to be. So what I did, I put the 3x3 lot probably somewhere in here, and then I carefully count like 1, 2, 3, and it was, I believe, something like 13. So 13 to the back, and then maybe like 6 to the left. And that's what I had to insert into lot adjuster to be able to put it there. Yeah, it was kind of tedious, but I think it was worth it. Because, I don't know, I just adore this little proud pine in the middle. I think it would be very dramatic if somewhere along the series in the middle, like, no, a lightning would strike it, or something else disasters would happen to it, and it would signify, I don't know, some sort of a traumatic event in the whole story. Like, I have a lot of ideas in terms of the plot, and I would really love to see how that, like, unfolds. But then, other than Proud Pine, we have two other, more pragmatic lots in here. So one of them being is the forest, because as I mentioned, I have installed a lot of Sun and Moon mods, and that of course includes the what's the name of that set? The Given Tree, yeah. So a bunch of trees that can be cut down to have some logs, then later on to cut them into planks, and to overall have some, you know, production based on the like forestry. And so this lot is going to be used for us to cut trees. So like we can come here. I believe that so like these like furry trees, like fir trees. You know, the nice looking ones that blend in with the hood decors are actually the hood decors that seep through the lots. And these ones are the actual Sun and Moon's pines that we can cut down. So with our Sims, we'll be coming here, cutting them down, then bringing the logs to the house, back to the residential lot, and doing something to gather a lot of money. Other than that, we have a lot of edible mushrooms. So that's like the other purpose of this lot is to gather some initial food points. These are poison mushrooms. So yeah, one of the fun things about the Sun and Moon's mushroom set is that you have edible mushrooms, and then you have the same looking poison mushrooms. So you can have a very unexpected effect if you place them together and you forget which ones are which. And if you don't look at like if you don't cheat, it may be pretty interesting in terms of you know, plot. If your Sims just accidentally pick up poisonous mushrooms. Actually, if I remember correctly, when I was doing some test runs for this challenge, I accidentally picked up a poison mushroom. Then, like, all my motives dropped down, and I lost a sim to that. It was like a disaster for me, but it was a lot of fun to just have to, like, when I was like, oh, so I gotta be careful when what mushrooms I pick up. And yeah, so well, this is a very like easy to use and a very like useful source of food. We're gonna think of other sources as well, because it can be very unreliable and very dangerous, but still a lot of fun. So yeah, the main purpose of this, well, two main purposes for this forest, that is to provide trees and to provide mushrooms. I don't believe I have much going on here. Maybe later on, if I realize that I need something else, I will do that. So like, I don't limit myself to like not modifying these slots as I play. So because like, for instance, with my Build a City challenges, basically like all the community lots are owned by some sim, and so they need to have a certain amount of money to be able to add some adjustments to the lot. In this case, these like lots are communal, and so like there is no limitation as to what we can do to them. So then, right next to the forest, and it is next to them, like this one gap that we have is kind of dedicated to the road, because these two are off the road too. So just like with the pine tree, I had to move them in here by like 12 or something like tiles here. So the other lot that we have is called Raspberry Fields. And as you can guess, well, it stores raspberries. Lots and lots of them. Yeah, so all of these shrubs here are the raspberry. So when we come here with our playable sims, we're gonna be able to gather some berries or the harvestable bush itself to be able to place it then in our residential lot. And then we have like lots and lots of decorative blue flowers. So unfortunately, you can't see the blue flowers that is like the you know, hood deco paint, and that's very unfortunate. But I imagine that all of this territory in here is covered with the shrubs like that, and like these. So that is like what is given the blue color in the neighborhood view. Again, so other than the raspberries, we have quite a few mushrooms here. So when we need some food points, we can come here and gather all the mushrooms. And I believe that I've placed a couple these logs, as well as yeah. So I've downloaded a mod with a custom OMSP, or it's rather like let me wait. I need my move objects on. Yeah, this seat. So it can be used for the sims to sit at these logs, because by default these are just decorative objects with some custom interactions made by Sun and Moon. But I imagine that when the sims came here, they would love to sit maybe on them. So I put a couple of these seats over them. Yeah, so we're gonna be able to see how that works once we actually create the sims and come here. But yeah, this is pretty much the Raspberry Fields, and as you can see, I've hidden the communal stuff like the trash can and the phone booth somewhere here in the bushes, so that it's not that distracting. And I think I have like a default recolor for the phone booth. Let me try and like catch if I can recolor the phone booth back. I don't think I can. Yeah, like the bush in the way. But yeah, I have like the default replacement that is a lot smaller in sizes, and it has the transparent recolor. But sadly, the like the thing itself is not transparent. But I think it's a good thing, because we still want to be able to find this phone somehow, and so to have that thing hanging in there is pretty cool. Alright, so that's it for the Raspberry Fields. Let's then get back to the hood view. I think I have shown you every lot that I've created so far. So yeah, we have the proud pine, the raspberry, raspberry fields, forest. Yep, it is a witchcraft. Yeah, I don't have anything yet here to the farming side, and nothing in here too. But I guess that later on I will be putting a couple of lots somewhere here to the pond. But again, that's gonna happen once I extend like the whole community and you know, make it more lively. Maybe we'll even have something in here. I think it could be like a great place for some maybe research facility. Who knows? Like I imagine that the whole purpose of like this entire community, like the main production that is based on is of course the so mill industry. So they produce a lot of timber, which is like what they are known for in the for the rest of the Sim Nation. And then the other thing is the maybe like stone masonry, because we do have these two mountings, and I imagine that they would have a lot of useful like ores and maybe some very fancy, how do you call those, like stone types like granite, marble and stuff like that. And this, by the way, one thing that I'll be adding later on, some sort of a quarry or maybe like a mine that will be put in here. So maybe that's like something that the previous governor did not think of, but our sisters, maybe the descendants, we'll see how that goes, like we'll take initiative in and they will start like the whole mining production here. An alien spaceship crash site. Yeah, that is possible too. I imagine that's there is something similar in Strangetown, right? They have some sort of a mountain or a hill that's towards the where is it? It's somewhere in here, right? The either in here. Yes, it is in here. Oh, and as you can see, I have a lot of hood decos. So ranging from the very modern ones, like with the trams, or is it a ferry? Yeah, so that's supposed to go to the water, right? Yeah. No, modern bridges and stuff. So we're gonna have like a blast decorating this whole hood, I believe. But again, we're gonna take this like step by step, very gradual, for it to make sense in terms of like how this community like expands. So depending on how many people we have here, we're gonna make more and more of these things. So, and since I do not will not have like many playable sims, I might sometimes cheat, and instead of creating like the full-fledged residential lots, I might just place something like, I don't know, where do I have those? Just something like a house like that. I mean, it still looks pretty, sometimes even prettier than the full-fledged lots, and just call it a day. Like, yeah, like that's a new lot where the Sims are living, and probably I'll just make a note in my spreadsheet. If I feel lazy, but if I feel like I have a good idea for a peasant, I will make a full-fledged one. Alright, so I think it's a good place for us to proceed to the building part of this stream today. Because, yeah, it's high time I had a full-fledged mansion for our future dynasty founders here. Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool if I already had the sisters ready, but, well, we'll have to do without them. And the good thing is that I will not be limiting myself in terms of the money. So what I have in mind is that I will like create whatever I want. Like the whole building part today is gonna like be done in two steps. So first we're gonna create some sort of a shell that would make sense, like for a Victorian manor. But then I want to make it look as if it was abandoned and maybe torn down a lot. Like, you know, one of the lots that we had in there. So yeah, first we're gonna build it up, and then we're gonna make it look as if it was destroyed. Because, well, there's gonna be a lot of stuff placed here on the lot. When we actually start playing the game, I want them to, well, make it more like a rags to riches gameplay. So we're gonna start with nothing, maybe just a couple thousand simoleons. That's something that I will roll for too. And so we're gonna gradually just clear up the rubbish, maybe build up from just the basic building materials that we're gonna find. and that like in the end we're gonna just rebuild the whole manor anew. But for now, let me pull up my mood board that I've created for this. And again, this is just a couple of pictures that I found on Pinterest, and this is something that I'm striving for with this manor. And like with all my builds, I do not have like a specific layout or any planning. Like I usually just freestyle them. But more often than not, I have some sort of like a mood or an idea that I want to have. And in this case, it's gonna be like a Victorian manor. And since this whole challenge and series is gonna be like revolving around the dual theme, because we have twin sisters, we have 2 mountains, I think that we need to go to something like this lot here, you know, that has like 2 distinct parts to the building, or maybe like this one again with 2 distinct triangles at the top. So that's something, that's like a feature that I definitely want to recreate. Other than that, I think that it would be fun to have like a pond somewhere on the lot. Though once you place a pond on the lot, it kind of makes you think about fishing there, and I don't think that would be a cool idea to, you know, for the Sims to have the ability to fish on the residential lot, because I would much rather prefer them going to a community lot that is like dedicated for that, which is the beach lot. But in here, I think we're gonna have maybe like an overgrown, like very abandoned pond with like an ugly green water that like has not been taken care of, and because of that, like there is no fish living in there. Then, as I was looking through these pictures, I found this picture of like an overgrown gazebo, and I just fell in love with it. And I also like the obelisk that you have in the background. So that can be something like I don't know, a memoriam for the father that has passed away some time ago. But again, since I have only like a 3x3 lot, we may not have that much space, but still, we'll try our best to incorporate that. Then I also really like this shot, you know, that like the gate opens up to the entire, what do you call it? Manor. So I think it's gonna be cool to have a similar thing going on, to be able to take a shot like that in the game. And another thing that I think would be cool to place is this sort of a modular stairs. I'm not sure where it's gonna lead, because as you can see, the majority of these slots are pretty, like the foundation is pretty low. Like it's not like we have separate stories in here. But still, if we can place it somewhere, it'd be pretty cool. So yeah, now that you have like a rough idea of what I want to build, let's actually go and try and build this thing. Ooh, gotta be honest, it feels a bit weird to do that while talking, because usually I'm used to, you know, having a very focused like vibe going on, knowing that later on I'll be doing like a voiceover when I can you know, take all the time in the world to carefully plan what I'm saying. I have my video editing to speed up some of the parts, but this time, well, we're trying something else, because yeah, from time to time you need to step out of the comfort zone. So this art that we have from the hood deco, I think gives us a very good impression of this. So maybe we can start by placing some fences. I think we need some tall brick ones. Or, you know what, we might... we will not be able to place any walls in here. Well, we can place them in here. Like that, probably. To later on add another layer of fences on top. You know, because I think the hood deco is pretty tall. So we need to... make up for that. So let's go with this idea for now, and right away I will paint it with the corresponding wall. But I need one that doesn't come with any, or maybe do I need the like bottom and the top, this siding, or what do you call that? let's see, because like we do have some white thing going on here. Well, yeah, for now let's just go with this simple one. Then we want to make another one and another one, and I will place the where is that? Like the crack somewhere in here. Maybe like that. No, I need like the one that comes to the side. Yeah, like that. Awesome. Maybe, yeah, we can have just a hole in here and something like that. Yeah, I think that looks like... I don't like the fact that we have this weirdness going on. Maybe it's better with the other recolor. Yeah, I think it's like given this very weird shimmer here. I might need to cover it with something. But yeah, let's keep it for now. Then we need to place some sort of a gate, right? And I think I know the one. Yeah, that's pretty much this one, right? So let's place it in here. Is it centered? Yeah, it is centered. And do we have any recolors for it? No, I don't. Though I think we have these ones too. Huh. You know what? Let's see all the options that we have. Though there isn't much. I believe that the ones that I downloaded are either these small ones. Well, no, this is the Asian ones. It's not that great looking. So this one, it comes with the brown part of it, which is, I suppose, like the wooden parts. So I don't like it. And this one looks like too fresh. Though we do have some brown parts here too. It makes it look as if it was, it has some rust in it. Yeah, you know what? Let's go with this one. But maybe, you know what? Maybe we can delete this for now. And we can place something like half wall. No, I need another wall. Just regular wall, but wait, no. But I want for it to have the same broken down look. Not maybe only the one at the top. So something like that. Just you know, with the crack that does not hide this bigger wall. So let's see what other options we have in here. That was the same one. That's just the smaller portion. Oh yes, maybe we can have like this crack in here, and then for the upper part, well, it looks too straight to me, so we're not gonna use that. Maybe just something smaller here too. Yeah, something like that. Then somewhere in here we're gonna place some shrub, maybe. Okay, so this is supposed to be very overgrown. So we need to place something early on, just to signify that. Maybe like so. Ha! Alright, so good enough for now. This is just the basic shape. Later on we're gonna be adding a lot more details to this. I think that for now we need to decide like on the general layout of the lot. So where we're gonna have some sort of a pond, where we are gonna have like the main building, of course. And I think that for now it was stupid of me to remove the road. So that is the road, right? So like let me put like this thing to signify where the road ends, just to know that we can safely work in these bounds. I'll be removing that, of course, later on. So let's think of where we can place some water, or rather we need to start with this foundation, because I kind of fell in love with the technique of making the arching bridge over a small pond. So I think we just need to create it in here too. And if we take a look at one of the photos here, so it has like the gazebo in the middle of a pond. So maybe we can recreate something in here too. So that means that we need like quite a huge area for the pond actually. So let's say that it's gonna be like, for now I'll just paint it maybe. So something like I don't know, like this. And then in the middle we're gonna have this thing. So the gazebo. Though I should not be getting to the edge here, because it's gonna look pretty funky on the hood view and in the lot view as well. So maybe we'll need to shift it a little bit to the road. And then maybe we can create this sort of a shape for the double bridge then to be going on like that. So we have 2 by 5 and maybe another 2 by 5. Then in the middle we're gonna have some sort of maybe like a nice area with a bench. We have like all the water here, and then in the middle we're gonna have the gazebo. Maybe so the gazebo needs to be pretty high, right? So perhaps let me pull this once. So this gazebo has like 3 sections to it. We have like the lower part, which is like a solid ground. I believe I will have to make that with a solid wall, which I'm gonna lower using the constraint floor elevation sheet. Then the second floor is gonna have like these like wall height windows. Or maybe I can use the Buggy Boo's set for this, huh? But still, I think I'll have to create this shape with the regular walls. And on top, well, we have this dome shape. And I don't think we can make it look that good. At least I have never made... I've never made it look good in my attempts. Though, recently I've watched the Annibet's video where she created a lighthouse. And I believe she mentioned that for it to look good, you need to have some sort of like leeway from the actual dome to the sides of the wall. So maybe like that's how we can achieve that result. So that means that we're gonna need like the part for the roof. It's gonna be just 1 tile, and then the rest is gonna be like this probably. Is it enough for the gazebo in the middle? Well, we'll see about that. So now I need to make it what? Judging by the picture, it is roughly the height of a foundation block. So yeah, let's keep that. So then I need my constraint floor elevation sheet, and I will extend this thing here. Like so. Looks a little bit weird for now. And it does not want... I don't know, it looks like... To me, this looks kind of like a cat, you know? As if it was hiding in the bushes. I'm not sure, I think if I placed like a wall, will that fix the weirdness that we have here? It does not. Well, bummer. I hope that's gonna be fixed as I place the second wall here. Yeah. Normally, when I'm doing my regular speed build, I cut out stuff like this. But you know, sometimes failing and showing that you don't know right away how stuff works can be pretty entertaining to watch too. But yeah. Okay, let's just proceed and see how it goes from here. Maybe it's gonna be fine, or maybe not. So I will then just create so another. This is gonna be like the boundaries for our dome, right? I guess I can place that right away, like so. Yeah, and then we are adding so this goodness to the top. Well, looks like a penis to me. But like, let's make it look better. So for that I will need to disable the move objects on and use windows instead. So let me see what wall height options do I have. I have these ones, but no, they are too low for that. Well, these are too modern, so no, that's like not the Gothic vibe that we're going for here, or like not the Victorian vibe. And this is way better. Let me see if I have anything else from this set in here. This way is gonna be a bit easier. We have the regular ones now. So they need to look as if they are like there is no glass in them. That's why I initially looked at the columns, at the archways and not the windows. Let's see. Well, no, this one is pretty, so no, that's not the one that we need to use. You know, as a placeholder, let's place it right away. And it kind of gives us this black metal fencing that we might be using later on. So let's... Oh, and I'm so thankful that it can be placed diagonal, because some of the CC windows that you download, at least the older ones, cannot be placed like that. Yeah, nooks and niches. I was thinking about adding them as the decorations on top of the windows. But yeah, Alex, you might be right. That might be a good idea to place them in here. It's just that I want this room to be like enclosed, so that later on it's like weatherproof and that we can actually get in here somehow. So, but I get what you mean. Yeah, like nooks and niches would look really nice in here. But well, for now, yeah, I don't really like it. I need something wider that would cover the entirety of this thing. So, books, nooks, what do you call that? Nooks and Niches by Buggy Boos. What do we have in here? Do we have any of the things that are like windows? Invisible walls. Ah, invisible walls, yeah. You know what? Thank you, Alex, for mentioning that, because I'm still in my mentality of the no CC builds, you know, with my governmental block, and in there I do not use these, and I don't think I've ever created them ever. So, so where are those? So we have invisible wall diagonal. This is a very good learning opportunity for me. Oh, and look, we fixed the the cat ear that we've had there. So let us remove the thing and then place the not the prison wall. So this is diagonal. So invisible wall, and it does not want to be placed in here. Oh, now it does. Cool. Well, the only problem is that, well, they are invisible, so it's hard to see where I've already put them and where I haven't. But I believe this is enclosed, right? So we have all the floor tiles here. All right. So this looks promising already. And then we can go back to Buggy Boos. I believe we're gonna have to use some of the archways diagonally. Let's see. I believe that some of the... I may have gone too small with this gazebo or whatever you call it in here, because do we have like a very small corner piece? So we have diagonally. Oh yeah. I think this can look good on the diagonal part, right? Though it does take away a lot of the inner space. So do we have the ones that is like cut away in the middle too? Nope. What's the difference between these two? So we have this one. Oh, they are placed slightly differently, right? So, and one is meant to be like to the right, and one is meant to be to the left. I see. All right. But for my purpose here, what can I use? I think this could work. Though now since I made the space enclosed, I have this lighting issue. But let's see how it turns out in the end. Alright, so maybe I can fix it right now. 2. Yep. Yep, I can. But it needs to go one step further. Or the opposite. Like it is center, right? Like so, and then the fourth one needs to go in here. All right, and now let's try and fill the diagonal parts with something in here. So where was that part? Is it me, or I don't have the button anymore to have like more rows? How come? Huh, interesting. Anyway. So diagonal parts. Diagonal parts are located... So these ones. Alright, so that is how it's meant to look, right? It's not see-through. Though we... otherwise we could have used it as like part of the walls. So like placing another ones in the circle would be pretty nice. Maybe we can... Well, does this look good? It kinda does. Doesn't it? Though, well, there is clipping all over the place. Maybe. We can do something stupid like that. Fill that with the regular walls. And then have something in the middle to just smoothen this corner. Do we have something like I don't know, a column. I would really love to have something diagonal. Oh wait, I can place this diagonally, can't I? And it creates this sort of funny looking W shape. No. Well, maybe I have some columns that I can place in there. You know, like the ones that connect when you place 3 of them together. Whoa, though I need to use the constraint floor elevation sheet. Oh yeah, that's the infamous lag that you get when you try and place them like this. The game just becomes crazy when it tries to calculate where it's supposed to go. But I got it. I think I got it. Let's now try and carefully rotate it. And then this one. Again, carefully rotate it. How does it look? Atrocious. Scrap this idea. Maybe I can just place the single one in here like that. I don't think it looks half bad. I just need the white one, and I really wish that it wouldn't like become shadowed, but again, this is because I enclosed the space. I think we can place it like that as well. But I really liked when it was like sunken in. Ooh, and if we place it diagonally, I think it creates the necessary like smoothing effect that I was going for. Nice. I wonder though why we don't get the same shading on that part. Yeah, so we have 2 in the shadow and 2 over there. So maybe if I just remove one of the wall pieces, it's gonna be all good. Yeah. There goes my idea of my idea of having this space enclosed. Yeah. But then I need to create this space in here more thick, because right now like all these columns are kind of floating in space. And in the air. So, but I think that's gonna be much easier with Buggy Boo's niches, because I think there are a lot more like things that are used for what do you call that, like flower beds. So do we have something like that, but you know, that is more round and taller? Huh. So this is if it's flush, and if we go one step higher, I mean further, it's like too far to this side. No, I don't like that. Let's see what else we have in here. I think I would want to have stairs like that going to the gazebo, but I think I would need then 3 pieces, right? So these 2 to the sides, and I believe this is the left side, right? I put it correctly. And then we have the right side, and then we're supposed to have something like this straight in the middle, right? Isn't it how it's supposed to go? Maybe it's yeah, I just normally I try to do as much as I can without the snap objects to grid off, just, you know, to get the majority of stuff should be able to connect well without that. And then maybe just for a little parts, we can adjust it. Because I believe like that the idea here was supposed to be like that you can place this. Oh, it's vice versa. So the one that's called left side is supposed to go right. And the one that says, where was that? Is that the same one that I was using? Yeah. That is supposed to go here. You know what? What if we try and place this thing like all across the building? Is that possible? Alright. Then we might need to just cover this with just regular blocks. So is this the one that goes somewhere on top? Yeah, it probably is. I don't think we have any other blocks that go like to the ground. We have regular walls, but they are too thin. We have the blocks that are sort of flying in space, and I can lower them with the like shiftable everything mod. But does this look good? Yeah, if I were to go with this block here, I would need the snap object grid off. But I want to try my other options before I do that. Well, so far we've been using it like that, right? Is that not how I was using it? No. Let's see. All I need is just some way for me to gain some thickness to the lower part. So this does not match well with the rest. This is I think I'm onto something. I can place it like that, and right now it looks a bit weird that we have this like a very rough corner in here, but if we place something like a shrub in there, this might work. Or we can place, I don't know, something like that. Like it does like clip a bit, but I think it works. So let's try and finish this look for now. So what, it was placed like that, right? Or not, like that, yes. So then to the sides, I think we're just gonna go with either with this shape in here. But then we might have a problem trying to connect this part. Because yeah, you see the we have this jitter going on here. I don't believe we have anything shorter, do we? Wait, I think I went to my regular architecture tab. So all of these things are just one tile wide, right? Okay, so I'll leave it for now in here. So I'll then put this stuff like this. And I can just go the lazy route and recreate the same steps in here. That probably work. But no, I want to have some sort of variety in here. I guess we could achieve this by placing one in the middle and then two, like these, oh, not these, but we have like very thin parts in here. Will they work as corner pieces, like so? No. You know what? I don't think I hate it going over the arch that much. It looks even as if it was intentional. No, that's like always the thing with the builds. So you do something random. If it looks half decent, you just make it look as if it was like your idea from the very beginning. Just act confidently and everyone's gonna buy it. Work for me every time. But yeah, I just love this, struggle process that you get with the with building stuff like that. All right. So, if we clear this up a little bit, I think it looks okay. Though of course we need to recolor the stuff. Maybe into something more like this, you know? As if it's like a very rough stone in here. Though it matches in a weird way. Another thing that I kind of put myself into a corner is with this dome shape. So I will have to choose the roof texture, like one for the entire build. And I don't have many, by the way. Like the only CC roof texture I have are these two. I think I'll have to download much more. And this is the only one that looks kind of as if it was... Oh, well, it is called burnt black roof. And it looks as if it really was beaten down. And, you know, destroyed by time and everything else. The regular black one is just... I don't know, I think it's too bland. Yeah, I like this one more. With more texture to it. Let's see, using this piece, what other options we have for coloring this thing. Well, a clean, solid color like that would not work at all. We could go for this color, by the way, that is like made to match the like the stairs and stuff that came with the Bon Voyage. Ooh, this black one. Damn it, I like it. Yeah, I guess it has the grungy look that I was going for. Though I might need to replace these columns then with the ones that look darker. So, but for now, let's try and switch this to something darker too. So, I need more dirt. I think it's gonna be looking really good once we add all the overgrown shrubbery. And, you know, like the, what do you call them? The plants that grow in water. I forgot that word in English. So sorry. Like the algae. Yes, that's the word I was going for. So, black it is for this thing here. Well, and once I'm done recoloring it, I think I will need to save this lot, because like I'm the ambassador of making backups and save points as much as possible, because that was learned the hard way that that is the way to go. So, like so. All right. Then we can remove this one. We no longer need it. The roof is in place. One thing though that we do need is the part in here, right? But can we place the floors? Yeah, we can. That is fortunate. So I'm just placing something temporary. Oh. I remember that now. When you have these columns in there, it's pretty difficult. Like, it is impossible to place any flooring in here. I don't like that, the fact that you can't see anything. Can I place it? Can I please? Is that because of the Buggy Boo's niche set? Let's try like that. To be honest, Alex, I don't know. I was thinking of adding the like a small bridge in here, and you know, for them to sort of walk by these stairs, but I don't think they will be able to walk using these like this piece, because it seems to be just the decorative one. Let me see, do I have well, I have these stairs, but I don't think I have the necessary recolor to make it look like, to make it match with the black ones. Though I think I could make it accessible, just not like that. No. Well, yeah, then I guess decorative it is. But what I don't like is that we can't place the floor. Is it because of the... Yeah. Oh, man. So, we need to have nothing in the way. So Buggy Boo's niche is... well, prevents me from placing a floor tile in there. Huh. Little things that you find out along the way. So... let's see then. I will place everything that I need, and now I can choose the one that I think is best here. So I guess it's supposed to be something dark, right? Black to match the stairs in here. No, that's not the one. Is that the one? No. Like, it's, you know, it's a very warm dark color. Now, let's go specifically for the stone. That one is too Sims 4 lookish. I don't like that one. This is too simple. I want to have more texture to it. Huh. It is slightly too brown to my taste, but I guess it could work. Ooh, I think I like this one more. It has this very, you know, rough and wild look to it, as if the gazebo was placed like very what's the word I'm looking for, like in haste. Oh boy, what is that I have? It's too blurry. Yeah, let's leave it at that, and we can change it later on anytime, because let's not waste too much time on this. So that is how it's supposed to look. This one goes in here, and this one goes in here. All right. Kind of an interesting shape we have going on here. Now this needs to go back in place. This one is going here too. Okay. Now I need to decide on the columns. So we have this looking, then we have slightly more grayish, and then we have the brown one, right? So no recolors attached to them, which is a shame. As for the CC stuff, well, I have... Jesus, I have this gorgeous piece. What is this? It's from Devil May Cry. Huh. Cool. And it has all the shrubbery that I wanted to add later on. How does it look? Well, it is not an exact match, of course, because they are not coming from the same set. And we have like the clear one. No, as much as I love the column by itself, it just doesn't match with the Buggy Boo's recolor. It's just a metal beam. Yeah, me too. Me too. I wish it was darker. Yeah, with the way it is now, well, it is nice sometimes to have some sort of like contrast going on. No, let's have it like that. So putting the fourth column in there, and then let's just find the gray. Yeah, Cosmo, I agree. That's why I've chosen this one. I think if I decided to go with the brown color, the brown would match better, but so far this is the best we've got. Now let's find the best matching. Well, that's the first one. It was made specifically for that. Looking good? Looking pretty good. Now all I need to add is the top part in here. Hop, like that. And you know what? Ani was right. You do need some space between the walls and the dome shape for it to look good. Cool. Though I think what we need to add is another layer of like a thin fence in there. So what can that be? Let's see what I have from the CC, because I don't want to be using Buggy Boost for this. So these are too thick. Yeah, they are meant for like full-fledged roofs. And as for the low ones, well, I have this thing going on. No, it seems a bit out of place. Maybe the gray one matches this better. No, it looks bluish to me. We have this thing, which is more rusty, and I think it's a bit lower. And then we can also go for this color, right? But I think it's too thick and too... Honeywell's build set. So I do have that as far as I know, but does it have anything with the stone things though in it? Let me see. So it's supposed to be, have HW, right? In the icon. Let's see. It's supposed to be somewhere closer to the end. Or maybe it's somewhere in the beginning. So we have what? What is that by Honeywell? Bespoke build set? Yes, it's Honeywell, but I don't think it's the one. So yeah, it has quite a few helpful beams, but they seem to be like made of wood. Is that something that I want to go for here? Oh, let's see. Well, it adds this nice like touch. I'm not sure how you're supposed to place diagonal ones though. Maybe like that. No. No, I think I'll have to go with something simpler. So that's too bright though. Let's try and incorporate the rusty this thing going on. I think it kind of matches with the dark brick here. And once I make this into like bridges, I think I will have something like not like that, but something taller. So this one, yeah. All right, so that is the gazebo on an island. Now we are supposed to make the so the arching. You know what? I think that the gazebo in the middle now kind of forces me to make a bridge like leading to it. Will wall tile though be enough? It kind of seems too thin to me. What do you think? 1 tile or 2 tiles? And then we can imagine that like we have 2 sections going on here. So like 1 arch, you have but maybe it needs to go a bit further. So we have 1 arch, steps in the middle. We'll have the ground. And then it goes to this gazebo. And even though it's not accessible right now, yeah, I think 3 tiles, well, they do look flush with the gazebo. I think they look too wide to my liking. Though, you know, if we, I think that in such a case we would need to place the 2 tile bridge in here. And maybe even like that. Though, like, it takes like a quarter of all the territory that we have. Oh shoot. Yeah. Yeah. That is a good point too, that we need to take into account that 2 sims might be like walking at the same time. Yeah, I think first I need to move all the bridges to the left a bit. So I think I'll go with that, and then I will need to place another bridge maybe here or like that. Or, you know, this can already be like the part of the foundation. So like we have the lowest porch section now with some benches and stuff, maybe like 2 tiles thick, and then we have a higher section that is like that. And this is like the height at which the later the house will be like situated. Then I guess we can have like what, these stairs, right? Maybe these ones. Though I don't like the fact that they have like, yeah, I think these looks best if you place them just like into the ground. They look like real stones that you would find there. And for stuff like this, so we need either metal stairs or some wooden ones. Okay. Let's see. I do like the placement of this bridge, so I think I will keep it. So yeah, let's do one step at a time. So I then need my constraint floor elevation sheet once again. I need to place these steps in here. So in this case, they are gonna be the metal ones. Or not. Wait, I need the ones that have like the open section. Can they be recolored? Yes, they can, though I have pretty limited number of colors. And the banisters or like the side rails look like that. Maybe I can go with these ones because I think I have quite a few of the recolors here. So we can go for the black wood. Yeah, that's gonna be the one. All right. And then we need my trusty raising tool. So this one needs to stay like that, I think. Wait. So like that. That is too steep of an arch. Yeah, that is part of what scriptorium that you install. So that's yeah, you need what yeah, you need to have scriptorium for that. It like adds a whole bunch of scripts that allow this kind of recolors. Like it can be pretty tedious to recolor steps one by one, but so far it's the only way we can go. Wait, can I think I will need to raise the first one too, but I'm not sure if this can be used then, to be honest. Do you know if the Sims can use if it's slightly sloped? I think I have like a some sort of an idea that they may not be using it because it's just slanted. Oh. But well, this way it looks way better, of course. So and if we do it like that, we can just make an arch look like so. And this will now look a lot more like an arch. Yeah, let's leave it at that for now. Then I need to turn off the cheat. And I can now flatten the terrain. Yes, like so. So then we add... yeah, so that was my first instinct too. But it looks so much better like that. Don't you agree? Like, even if it's inaccessible, maybe we can pretend that the stairs are just too broken down to be used safely. And that's why the Sims cannot work into the gazebo or something. Like, I wouldn't be too upset if they are not able to walk onto the bridge. Like, if I need to take a beautiful cinematic shot, I would just place them using the mods. So yeah, let's leave it at that. Okay. So what I need is now some water, like so. Whoa, it's too intense. Oh, let's leave maybe... For some reason it did not let me put the water in there, but I kind of like the idea that we might put there the willow tree. You know, the one that... where is it? So the big one. Oh Jesus, it's too big. But I kind of like it. So we'll go with that. And then later on I will just add the necessary ground there. So that... I think we need to add a thin strip of water here too. Like that. And I'll place some shrubs in there. And then in here it can look like this, I think, right? So I think I will need to use this tool. Oh, and I don't like the way that this looks here, very, you know, very straight. So wait, I need water. Let's leave it at that. Oh no! The thing with the water raising up. Yeah. So can I add some? Yeah, actually that is the default color. I do remember the author of the modder who created this. I think it was like Dread Pirate. And actually, this is the way it looks until you place one tile of this pool. Because once you do, look what happens. It becomes like a mirror. Isn't this awesome? I freaking love it. It's gonna look even more beautiful once we add all the greenery, the flowers, the bushes, and, well, all the good stuff. But you kind of do have to have at least one tile of pool. You can hide it somewhere behind, well, anything. Something like that. Or like a bush. So, and I think I'll do that later on. But yeah. This now looks very awesome, I think. So, am I satisfied with the shape of the pond? Well, like, if we forget the that it occupies like quarter of the entire lot that we have in here, I think I am, yes. And how much does the lot cost already? It's 12,000 simoleons, and we haven't built like the actual lot at all. But anyway, as I said, I don't care much about the cost of the lot. So no matter what it costs, I will just add that to the twin sisters. And as we start playing them, like all the debris that we have, I'll kind of try to rebuild. And as we rebuild them, so let's say that we're gonna have, let's see where those boards are. So I have awesome trash pile. It's somewhere in here, somewhere close to the cracks and holes. Yeah, still have to get used to all the new stuff that oh yeah, here it is. It's called Condemned by who? Must Love Cats. Which twins? Oh yeah, that is the idea that I have for the for this challenge. So we're gonna start a legacy with 2 twin sisters, because twin sisters is kind of the thing that we have with the Sims 2, right? It's like an archetype or cliche. So those are gonna be our 2 founders for the dynasty. They're gonna be living in here because in my story they kind of inherit this whole like rundown manor that we're building right now. So yeah, let's say that we have like a lot of stuff going on here. Like I know all these board planks, they're gonna be on the windows. So as I play with the sisters and I gain some simoleons, For the smallness that I get by deleting all the like debris and broken down fences, walls and stuff, I will be putting this, where is it? I think I put it, yeah, I'll be putting this stuff that can be burned down. So that, you know, we can pretend as if they are gathering all the debris and they are just lightening up to warm themselves. I think it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how gradually we take a broken down, very cluttered up lot and we clear it up and have some, you know, like interaction going on here. But for now, we're gonna have to keep going with building it. So, yeah, I think I am satisfied with the pond. Of course, I will be later on adding all the terrain colors and the greenery. But for now, I just want to place the, you know, like the big milestones. So we have the bridge going on. Now let's try and think of how the house should be looking. So as I mentioned, we have we'll be having like 2 levels to it. So this is the first portion, and then the second one is just 1 foundation block above. And that means that I will have to have a gap between the 2, right? So let's do just that. Again, I'm just really freestyling here, roughly placing the shape that I think would look nice. This is the lot edge that we have. I guess we will need to have some sort of like central piece. How do you call it? Like the road where all the carriages and later on cars would be stopping by. Like, you know, we have like the main road, and then we are supposed to have like a round thing going on like that. So I think I need to take into account that portion here, and for that I will be using this portion. And where is the exact middle? Let's find it. So it's 3 by 3, so the exact middle is in here. So like so, and we have 7, so another 7 to this part would give us 14, right? Is 14 enough? I think I want to have like a garden to this side, and that it kind of blends into the whole pond and shrubbery going on. And then maybe we need to have this be diagonal, so that diagonal like that, so that Sims can walk in here. So then I will just add another level here. That is 14, 15. Let's go 18. I think I will leave 4 tiles here. That means that I need to remove this one. Or, you know, no. We're gonna end the first level like that. So it's gonna have like a U shape, an incomplete U shape. That is. Maybe we're gonna have a bigger portion out here. Going kind of in like this shape. Like that and like that. Yeah. Let's add the diagonal pieces. I don't know. What does this shape remind you of? It reminds me of something, but I can't understand what exactly. Like a wrench? I don't know. Maybe a crab clamp. Anyway, now we have kind of a very thin portion of the house in here. So perhaps we need to add more in here. So we have what? 17 and we have 5. So I guess we'll have to go with the even numbers, you know, to make it look symmetrical. Then so we're gonna have 15 in here. So that is gonna be like, oh wait, we have even here, and then in here we have odd ones. So 5 by 15. 5 by 15 sounds like a very good proportion to go for here. Yeah, let's leave it for now. And I will remove these walls. I think they are in the way. But what I want is, if we go back to the mood board that I've collected here, is to have some sort of the dual, maybe towers or stuff going on. You know, just to emphasize on the duality theme that we have in the town. So for that, let's see how we can go about that. Oh, and one important thing, let's just save. Because it would be pretty devastating to lose all of that progress. But you know, once you have this idea in mind, recreating it would take a lot less time. It's just coming up on the go is what is time consuming. So let's see. Let's say that we have like 4 by 4 sections in here that are gonna be like towers, right? That means that we're gonna need 4 by 4 in here too. So twin towers, right? And I think that the tallest I want to go is the like 3rd floor, or maybe even I would start placing roof pieces on the 2nd floor. What I mean by that is that I will use these decorative pieces. Where are they? So these ones in here. All right. So then we have another level for the towers, and then something just to top it off at the very top. That means that we have a bit of space on the 2nd floor. Right, so 2 towers here. What do I want to have in the back? Another thing that I need to keep in mind is some room for expansion later on. So as we progress through Dynasty, we're gonna have our offsprings, we're gonna have a lot of kids, even though some of them will move out. Like, we need to have some room to house them. And I also need to place either another tile in here, you know, to connect using the stairs. So like that. Or I need to cut out a portion here. I think I'll do both, actually. And here's where the Buggy Boo's niche set would be very handy as well, I think. So we're gonna have like this cutout portion that is gonna lead to the main. This does not look like a very wealthy manor at the moment, because like we have the space is very cramped. And the exact middle here is located... Oh, it's even. So we'll need to place like a single door here, right? This portion. So, and we have like a 2-tile corridor going on, which is simply not enough, I believe. Not enough. So maybe I'll add another 2 tiles. So I will do like that. Yoki. So that gives me much more room in here. Yes, and this portion can even hold like a proper stair. Can it? I think it can. Maybe like let's see, the big one, you know, the that goes to the sides. We will either need to go one step further here to place it like that. That way we have at least 1 tile to go to the right. But that shrinks the tower to just 3 by 3. Or we can move this whole stairs in here. Maybe even here. Which would probably make more sense. Yeah, one thing that you really need to think first is the stairs. Right. Let's see. For now, let's just recreate the towers so that I don't forget about that important piece here. But 6 by 6 is too much. The towers that do not have to be flush with this wall, right? Can we have them like that? And then the middle part is gonna be just that. So kind of what I did with my governmental block. But then we need some space on the second floor as well, right? Strange town vibes. Interesting way you have that. Maybe that's until I place the floor, the roof pieces, because yeah, it looks kind of tacky and very blocky. But once everything's in place, it's gonna have a lot more of a Victorian Gothic vibe, I believe. At least that's what I'm trying to go for. But yeah, for now it's very strange. Okay, so let's have like a big piece of second floor in here, and that's where we are gonna place the stairs too, somewhere in here at least. So kind of like that. I don't think I want to place it in the middle. I would much rather have like these two tiles in here, or even 3 tiles, right, to place some room. However, I don't know, because when I place it like that, even though this portion here is technically usable, I feel like it's too cramped. And I don't like the fact that it clashes with the railings. Little party rooms. Yeah, that's a good idea. I was thinking about that too, so to have something like that, yeah. Maybe, or I don't know. So if we like what we have 2 by 2 in here. Maybe we can make it like that. I mean, it's even less space, but at least it's not clashing that much with the stairs. No, for now, let's leave it open and just have it like that. So we have huge stairs. We will have so we'll need to have a door here, then a door in here. 1 by 2.5. Huh. So that would be like that, you mean, right? Huh. Yeah, I think that could work. So if you have like a door in the middle and then you have something to the side. Interesting. Yeah, I think I might use that. So that would be something like that, right? It yeah, it kind of mirrors the curvature indeed. Yeah, now I see what you mean. You know what? I think it doesn't look half bad. Well, for what it is right now. And one thing that I should probably do early on, right into the curve. Oh, I see. So you do it like that, right? Wait. Oh, why can't I put it? Let's delete it for now. Huh. Oh, I see. So first place the walls and then add the... I got you. So let's try that. So that would be something like that, right? Then we have what? 2 tiles in the middle, and it's like that. Is it? Well, I don't like the fact that the wall is hiding the railings. I mean, we can of course remove them. Can we? Wait. Can't we remove them on this? I was sure we could. Oh, I think we can remove the middle one, can we? Well, I guess not. Well, there goes that. Right, let's then return it to how it was. Like that. Yeah. Yeah, I was placing the door so to make sure that nothing is in the way. So I will be using something like that. Do we have anything that is more Victorian? Like, you know, maybe with a lot of transparent glass? No, this looks too modern to me. What do we have in here? So what are the... Oh, I don't I don't get like a good picture of the doors that they're using. Like the windows are pretty much colonial, right? And this is more of a modern style, right? And we have like an arch going on, so I believe we have something similar to that. So we have this door, but it's like very cartoony. I then also have this one, but it's, I don't know, it gives me church vibes or some monastery. So what else? We have this thing. Ooh, and I kind of like this. Even though it is sort of modern. Maybe with the right recolor we can make it look as if it's like just solid wood with glass. And again, as I mentioned, I am not really striving for like historical accuracy. So as long as it's good, if it looks good, I'm gonna go for it. Well, not the pink one though. Oh yeah, I'd really love a mod like that too. For sure. Let's see, what else do I have? I don't think I've downloaded like a specifically Victorian set or anything for that. Or, well, I have, but it's Victorian, what is it? Victorian greenhouse. I think, yeah, it comes with these cool, like sunroof? Where is it? It's supposed to be somewhere after the sun and moon stuff. Yeah, Victorian greenhouse by Leithis. And, yeah, there's one thing that I was also going to place somewhere in here. Maybe like in here we can have something like that. You know, like to complement this diagonal shape that we have, I can just go 3 tiles and like so. So this is gonna be the... I'm not sure how you call that room, you know, to the side of a building that is completely made of glass. So I think it needs to be a bit wider than that. So let's add another portion here, like so. Yep, that's what we're gonna have. A sun. Oh, maybe, yeah. Is it a sunroom? Sometimes I love English for how intuitive some of the words are, especially in the American variant. You know, if it's something that you walk to the side of, it's called sidewalk. If it's something you put, if it's like a piece of glass that you put in your eyes, it's eyeglasses. Yeah, like sometimes the simplest choice is the best. So yeah, this is gonna be like a simple... my native language is Russian. So yeah, there are a lot of quirks that we have that may not be that intuitive as in English. So I think that once we develop the Sims a little bit, they develop their garden enthusiasm. We are gonna use this to place a lot of maybe sun and room stuff, as well as we'll use it as like a greenhouse attached to it. Because I believe that fruits and vegetables as well as flowers is a pretty good thing to sell to earn a lot of money. But I don't know. Part of me, what breaks my heart is that I will have then to break a lot of it to make it look as if it was abandoned and like very out of reach for our Sims. So I think I'll like block off a lot of the rooms that I'm creating right now. And maybe some sections of the walls are gonna be like torn down. Easels, yeah, that's something that can go in there too, like a little hobby room. But the way I'll start this challenge, like one of the primary activities that we'll have to cover is like finding food and providing like a stable supply of that. Because yeah, what I have in mind is a pretty harsh set of rules, very limiting in terms of what Sims can get in the beginning. But it should be really, really fun. So I think for the general shape, I like what we have. I think what we need though is to decide where we're gonna have the we're not able to place it like that, so let me remove that for a second. Oh no, that's not what I was going to do. And then put it back. Wait. So then we're gonna have like the roof going all the way here, and I think we need like an interesting central piece in here. So like so, and it's gonna be like that. Or maybe let's go one step beyond, and we're gonna have like a straight roof here. Yeah, I'm gonna then of course lower the angle of the roof, maybe to 32. That's usually the slope that I'm going for. And we are gonna place these columns, multi-story columns. Yeah. Yeah, and then we're gonna have like this window with a little balcony on top. So where was the one that I first tried when building the gazebo there? Where is it? I can't seem to find it. No, not the one. It had like a slight arch to it. So it was this one, but the one tile. So it's supposed to be somewhere before that, right? Yeah. So something like that. Even though they are not the matching sets, I think they kind of go together. Huh. Good luck with that, Lily. I know how time-consuming that can be. Actually, one of the reasons why I decided to do this as a stream as opposed to just regular speed build is to force myself to finish this, because I was kind of procrastinating. Believe it or not, I had the footage of me building the hood and all the lots that I showed before that back in November. Like, I think it was November 29th. And then I just got carried away with other stuff, like filming machinima, and thinking of how, like, what else I could do, filming my previews, and I kinda forgot about this stuff. But yeah, I like the way that it looks in here. These are gonna be like the towers, and what am I gonna do with this portion here? So if this is gonna be the sunroom, what can we place here? Will that work? We'll have this little weird gap in here, right? Let's see. Let's see. How will that look in the end? Together. So if I place it like that, and with the corner piece. No, it looks weird. I guess I can extend the roof so that it's flush with the tower. Let's try that. Something tells me it's not gonna work either, but who knows? Maybe it will. It kind of does, doesn't it? I mean, we do get the like cutting out, but later on we'll be adding the like a small portion in here, so that we don't get anything inside the tower itself. Yeah, the designing process and evaluating if it's good or not sometimes can be pretty tricky. But I think I'll leave it for now. Maybe in the future I will I will consider adding more floors to this building. And that's where they would go. But for now... yeah, let's leave it at that. So, I do not like, though, the way that we have this portion here. How it cuts out. Can we make this roof end sooner? So, like that. Let's see. So, that needs to go like that. Then we're gonna have like just any regular tiles that are good for like roof shingles. Like so. And then we're of course gonna have some fencing going on here too. Yeah. Then we're gonna have the roofs in here. Maybe though I need to place this one tile further. Alright. Thanks Alex for being with me today. Good luck. Thank you. So yeah. Well, I think I was I was so enthusiastic to have thought that I could finish this in just one stream. As you can see, the progress goes not as fast as I imagined it would go. Like we have the shell. I think I'll just add the like the decorative. I'll finish up with the colors that I want to go for. So and then I will have to like finish the building in the background. So later on I will I'll do that in the background and show you the final result once it's finished already. And after that, I think the next video on this challenge will be well, either building the Sims, or maybe even I'll do another stream when we actually create our Rose and Lily. So I'll see about that. But I guess the final result, yes, we'll see when we start actually playing the Let's Play. Or actually playing the... yeah, it's 11 PM for me here too, so I kind of start getting some brain farts. So yeah, let's finish up real quick with the wall coverings that I'm gonna use for the building. I think I'm gonna go for something that has a lot of wood in it. So what? Well, but that doesn't look like a shed to me, but some real sideways that... what do they use here? Like the majority of the buildings are like made of bricks, right? So maybe no, I need to go with bricks. Yeah. So wooden stuff is something that we're gonna use for the rest, but it needs to go either brick or some stone, like rough cut stone. I have these cool textures from, I believe, what is it? Like, The Elder Scrolls Oblivion, and they're supposed to go like in sections of 3, so you can combine them in different ways to get like a very intricate pattern that is not repeated. But then they are pretty annoying to quickly replace. So unlike the rest of the stuff that you can just shift and click, that's gonna be way more difficult with that one. By the way, while I do like the way it looks, it is too cartoony. I believe it's something that came from The Sims 4. And I already have a pretty like realistic looking gazebo going on there. So I need a more detailed pattern for the... Huh. This does look pretty good. for a rundown old building that has been left abandoned for quite some time. But this is one of that texture that needs to like be combined, right? But you know what? I think this is the best looking one. I will use this one for the foundation. Like, you know, very solid brick. Yep. I will probably need some sort of beams going on along the bottom part of it. But yeah. So these textures are good enough. So let's put them everywhere. Maybe except the central roof pieces there, because I will place some sort of a roof in there. Let me just find it. I've forgotten where it is. Is it in here? Yeah, these ones. Though I don't like the fact that it's like very clean and white. Oh, another cool set of textures that I have is this one. I believe it came with the cracks that I downloaded. Or at least it matches pretty well with that. Maybe it is gonna work after all. So I have the blue ones. Do I have any other color? I think like something of a beige or even slightly pink would work best. Ooh, I like this one. You know what? Forget about these stone blocks. I like this one more. And then yeah, just to quickly show myself what I'm gonna be working later on, I'll put this one. So it's gonna be blue after all then. But of course I will add all of these little details. Just to show that it's really been abandoned. But yeah, I'm gonna do that probably in the background. And the rest as well, because I believe I am pretty tired by now, and you probably as well. So yeah, guys, everybody, thank you so much for watching and joining me today on my very first stream. I'll wrap up, and the next video that you're gonna see about this challenge will probably be this building finished. And the next stream will probably be us creating the systems themselves. So that's gonna be a lot of fun too. So stay tuned for all the news, and I'll keep you posted on that's gonna happen. Thank you all for watching once again, and see you in the next one. Goodbye. Have a nice night.